case against a rapper accused in a shooting outside of the Varsity will move forward. Today, Lil Durk appeared in court where a judge ruled there was enough evidence for him to go to trial. Channel 2's anchor Lori Wilson is live near where the shooting happened, near the Varsity. And Lori, police say they have video evidence in this case.
Javita, APD says they used at least 5 cameras from local businesses, including this BP, as well as from the Varsity across the street in order to build their case against Lil Durk and his co-defendant. On Friday, detectives from Atlanta and Chicago testified in the criminal case against rapper Lil Durk in Fulton County court. They say around 5 in the morning on February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Durk Derek Banks, and his co-defendant Devontae Bennett were seen on camera involved in shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
They were hanging out. They went to a studio to make music.
The rapper and Bennett listened to the evidence against them in court. Police told the judge later that night the victim, Banks, Bennett, and others went to a nightclub, a gas station, and ended up in the parking lot of the Varsity. That's when Witherspoon said he was robbed and shot.
He said his chain was snatched off his neck, and he had $30,000 stolen from him, and they stole the vehicle he was driving.
Police say Banks was seen on tape shooting a gun.
You see Mr. Banks' arm out the window firing several shots at the victim, towards the victim.
Banks' attorney says this is a celebrity witch hunt.
Were it not for the celebrity status of these two individuals, then this would be an aggravated assault.
Banks released a single, "Turn Myself In," the day he turned himself in. It's gotten almost 7 million views. The prosecutor charging this wasn't just a robbery and shooting, but gang activity. She put a Chicago detective on the stand to testify that Banks and Bennett are members of Chicago gangs.
Is it possible to continue your affiliation and even commit crimes when you move out of Chicago if you're in a different city or if a different area?
Yes, ma'am.
The judge ruled today there is enough evidence to move forward with all charges against Banks and Bennett, including criminal intent to murder as well as criminal gang activity. They'll be back in front of a judge in a month to ask for bond. Live downtown, Lori Wilson, Channel 2 Action News.
All right, Lori, of course, we will continue to watch what happens here. Durk Banks spoke exclusively to Channel 2's investigative reporter Mark Winnie just before he turned himself in last month.
You're about to surrender as we speak.
Yeah.
How come?
Because I have nothing to hide. Like, I have nothing to run from.
A rapper's ride. Soon after we spoke, Durk Banks, a.k.a. the performer Lil Durk, emerged from his lawyer's space and headed toward an SUV. Soon after that, he stepped out in front of the Fulton County Jail. One of his lawyers says he was swiftly taken into custody there, having swiftly flown back to Atlanta after he found out he was wanted.
We found out we had a warrant. We were actually on tour. Once I heard, I immediately came back.
He's willing to turn himself in and take care of what he needs to take care of.
We immediately canceled the tour.
He's got a multi-million-dollar salary music career going.
Did you do it? Did you shoot this man? Did you commit the other crimes of which you're accused?
No.
Warrants involving an incident in February on North Avenue involved charges including criminal attempt to commit murder and aggravated assault. One document indicates an Atlanta police investigator said to the best of his knowledge, Banks was employed or associated with a criminal street gang to conduct or participate in gang activity, shooting at the victim while co-defendants shot and robbed him.
Is he involved in a gang?
No.
Banks indicated his lawyer told him not to discuss the specific facts of the case, but he confirmed what his attorney Manny Aurora said, that as a youth, Banks was drawn into the gang life that surrounded him in Chicago, but that's not who he is today.
I had a bad background, just growing up as a child, about father being incarcerated for 25 years, 26 years. So I had a rough past, but like me moving to Atlanta, I just thought that just changed my whole identity of thinking.
Now, one of the warrants is for possession of firearm by a convicted felon. Lil Durk suggested to me he's innocent. Aurora says a 2012 gun charge in Chicago was Durk Banks' second and most recent arrest until he surrendered Thursday night. And that Aurora and co-counsel Nicole Mormon are focused now on getting him bond, which was denied this morning. Reporting live, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
And more details on this case. Police identified the victim as Alex Witherspoon. He's in jail in Chicago. Lil Durk's legal team tells us police arrested him in connection to a shooting at a nightclub in Chicago.
Today, Chicago rapper Lil Durk remains behind bars after being denied bond at his first court appearance. Durk Banks is accused of attempted murder and illegally having a firearm. The charges stem from an incident at the Varsity when a person was shot in the leg back in February. Yesterday, the rapper turned himself in. Today, his attorney argued for his release, saying Banks is not a flight risk and not a danger. The judge denied his request.
Boom, 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 boom. You know what it is, man. It's your boy OG Product, bring up edition, that Garrison News, you know, the Schlingo, Trap, Calculator. Fuck a mo, nigga, schmool as we should. Oh, man, goddamn, things makes it go. Talk nice, mama. Anyway, man, we out here fooling up for it, oh, man. Pretty size shit, man. Blip, bow. Boom, 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 boom. People trust. So, no long chats, my G. No long chat-ins. No motherfucking long discussion. You heard me, man? So I just want to give y'all some quick updates on a homeboy, the rapper man who goes by the name of Lil Durk, a.k.a. Lil Durkio. So pretty much, like I said, homeboy went to court to see the Dunkin' Donut cop face-to-face, like he was live on Wendy Williams, like he was live on Jimmy Fallon. So while homeboy was waiting for the Dunkin' Donut cop to decide his fate, whether he gonna become a free man and do road and get back to the motherfucking breach, or homeboy is getting a one-way trip, a one-way ticket out the motherfucking street. So as you could look at this footage right here. We talking about a Chirac Savage, a 300 demon. Yes, I'm talking about a block bender, a block spinner. Homeboy is in the court of the law, shaking like a leaf on a tree, trembling like homeboy got the jitters. So pretty much the lawyer on them was jacking that. Lil Durk almost faint in court after the Dunkin' Donut cop told homeboy he wasn't getting no big bailout motherfucking gang. So like I said, I just want to keep y'all with the update. Trust me, I'll be back on my official page in a few days, just taking a little break. If I'm saying too much watch, man, too much watch, y'all. Zimmy, yeah, in a real life. So like I said, man, this is what OG Product. Y'all know the motherfucking Schlingo fool. Never fought on mine.
Against you by a probable cause standard. And they will attempt to do that by the witnesses that they place in the witness chair over here. They may call one or more witnesses. For the street gang activity, possession of a firearm during the commission of felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. As it relates to 19 CP 183-693, involving defendant Daydon Bennett, the court finds probable cause for possession of a firearm during the commission of felony, participation in a criminal street gang activity, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and criminal attempt to commit murder. Court notes that, and as everyone is aware here, the standard here is a probable cause standard, which is a far lower standard in the standard beyond a reasonable doubt, which is the jury trial standard. And as it relates to the charge of participation in criminal street gang activity, as to both of these defendants and both of these indictments, I do believe that the state has hurdled over that particular burden. I think they've met probable cause and they have been able to surpass probable cause. I do believe that the state has more work to do as it relates to that particular charge in these indictments in reaching a beyond a reasonable doubt standard. And I'm sure that the state is working to continue to investigate and will make whatever decisions they deem appropriate to make that particular burden at the appropriate juncture.
To exercise our right under the Sixth Amendment of the Georgia Constitution to a speedy trial, and pursuant to the case of Barker versus Winwood. So we're looking forward to the case being indicted in an expedited fashion, and then we'd like the case to be brought to trial as soon as possible.
All right. Well, because of this, all right. As it relates to the issue of bond, a bond motion has been filed by Mr. Aurora and I presume Mr. Smith, and bond will be taken up by another judge on a date set by that judge. all right? And so you all will be, that judge will be in communication with you regarding when your bond hearing will take place, all right? Thank you all.
You need to request a reset date for the purposes. I'm going to be asking for a 4-week reset.